Hey everybody, welcome back to the Meek Informant's coverage of the Lebanon New Hampshire Black Moon Games Elemental Championship. I'm here with Adam.
How's it going?
It's going super good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm excited for watching this game.
Yeah, we're knocking them out quick this time. I'm happy
That's
about
right.
it. So we have our very own Nick Mason on the right-hand side of the screen going up in a crane mirror match up against Gabe Melendez. And Gabe is a local player. At least I've seen him in a couple of tournaments in my area. And this should be, he's a well-respected crane player around here, so this should be a pretty interesting mirror match. So Nick on Dragon Splash and Gabe on Scorpion. So slightly different flavors. So I think without further ado, let's get this thing going. Let's see here. So what do we have? We have mulliganing or shuffling. Great. So we're gonna have to sit through a little bit of this, but I think they set up pretty quick in this game. So Nick's deck, I think, hasn't changed a whole lot since core. I don't have the deck lists up in front of me. But I believe that he is, mostly splashing Dragon for Let Go and Tattooed Wanderers, and otherwise, like with the release of Children of the Empire, I'm pretty sure most of his additions from that are Toshimoko, the 4-drop duelist, and like the Kakita Dojo, and the Paragon of Grace. I think I don't know Gabe's deck anywhere near as well, but if memory serves, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Adam, I believe he likes to run Mark of Shames and Noble Sacrifice, and like kill. He likes Kill Crane, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Kill Crane, yep. He's got Mark of Shames in there, doing the classic Noble Sac stuff, like you said. So I expect to see that.
Whoa. That's a heavy dice.
16. All right.
and they hit the same number. That's great. 16 to 16.
Yep.
So it looks like Gabe is electing to go first here.
Now, are you still on air? Is the question.
Okay. I'm on Keeper of Air right now.
Keeper of Air here.
I don't think I'll be playing Secret Fire until the new Stronghold.
And I believe Nick is also on the Keeper of Air for Soul Beyond Reproach.
I feel as though we might move to
Policy debate?
either policy debate for dueling, depending on if you want a more political deck, or if you're thinking more military. I think our restricted card is Feast or Famine.
I was thinking Fury.
Really now?
Yeah.
Actually.
Crane's talking Crane Shop.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
It's going to be an exciting time.
There's a lot of testing.
Yep, for sure.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Everybody's serious when you got the new card sleeves on both sides. And yes, Nick does have his card sleeves reversed. He's using the conflict card sleeves on his Dynasty deck because he claims that that's the correct way, according to the old game.
Yeah. I just resleeved mine, and I had to go look up and how FFG worded their EC prize stuff, and I did mine like Gabe's just because they worded it as the lighter ones first. So
right, that makes sense with the actual decks. It really, maybe that's a psych out tactic on Nick's part.
Or he has like protective sleeves over the sleeves.
Yeah, so that way they don't.
It's not a bad idea. They really are dinging up quickly on the...
They're dinging up.
They do.
Did we see any mulligans there? Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention. Did you catch any?
It makes it,
I did not. I mean, I'm trying to make sure I can hear everything correctly right now with the fact that we're kind of restreaming this through our setup. But I think I'm good now.
Okay.
So I've been a little bit quiet.
Yeah, you got real pensive over there.
Yeah, well, I had like a YouTube video going of watching this, and then yours was coming through. I'm like, I'm hearing double.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a little crazy.
We're going through growing pains as we're figuring stuff out all the time with this new streaming setup and recording these. We're sitting not in the same place right now, so the wonders of the internet, though. That's pretty cool. All right,
definitely.
So Gabe declining to cut, and we see a flop.
Wow. So we got a guest of honor on Gabe's side, a Hotaru on Nick's side, and a Brash Samurai on Nick's side, and that's a Doji.
Kakita Dojo.
Kakita Dojo. Yep.
Yeah. So we got the Brash Samurai coming out. What was that? Guest of honor?
Yeah, it's a guest of honor with 3, and I mean, like, why not, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. So guest of honor and Brash Samurai.
All right. Breakup? I'll pass. Well, you're up first.
I'll pass. Yeah.
All right.
Passing through pre-conflict.
First conflict.
Getting right into things.
Let's go political.
Yeah, I mean, these guys know their decks. They're veteran players at this point, I would say. So.
Yep.
And they're on a crane off, so it's even easier to know what they're seeing across the table from them.
Right. Yeah. I find it a lot easier when I'm not going up against a clan that I don't play very often.
So political earth at the Kakita Dojo
with the guest of honor
is shameful display.
Shameful display. Political earth.
Both flopped palace, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a palace on both sides of the board. There's, let's see.
Okay.
What is the, what's the card that there's a 2 of on Gabe's side?
Yep. Figured. Yeah. But I mean, that was coming in.
Adam, do you know what that one is?
I gave honor.
We might have lost Adam.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Nuritsu?
Narishma?
I don't know how to pronounce it. Narishma, yeah.
Right.
One less.
I'm not versed in all the Crane dynasty.
Now, if only I knew how to spell it.
Working honor.
Pass.
Pass.
All right, so honoring up the guest. Or was there was a dishonor there? All right, catching up. So that was a quick break.
We'll go with this one.
Yeah, it would have been nice if could have gotten that guest of honor down to 2 honor or 2 political to box, but obviously not possible.
I think that's a
4 political 1.
I think we saw a game of Sedane go down.
Yep.
Okay, so cleanup
From the earth.
Which isn't a huge loss. I mean, in a good card, but in this matchup, less so, I would say. Unless you can get the right bully duel set up.
Yeah, okay, so we totally missed a fair amount up there. The Vanguard Warrior getting an assassination from Gabe.
Yeah, and that kind of was a tell also that Nick either doesn't or did not want to use his voice of honor there because he did have the chance to.
Right. Yeah, he was honored.
All right.
I'll put paint on the rings.
Oh, yes, thank you.
The fading of the rings. It feels like you kind of have to have like an agreed. One person will be responsible for fading the rings.
Alrighty.
I'm good to
We
go.
ready for the flop?
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right, so we see a cautious scout on Nick's side, another Vanguard Warrior, a Paragon of Grace, and then the
Narishma is a plentiful on Gabe's side.
Yeah. So how the hell do you spell that stupid card? What's the
Nerishma?
I got it. All right.
Yeah.
So there's nothing. So he's just dupe.
Yeah. Choose a face down card in one of your provinces. Turn that card face up.
Yeah.
So it's happening. But it's a good
And
military. He's
okay.
gonna dupe it up. He'll get those 3.
He's used it, and he's now sees the Paragon, which he's buying to match Nick's Paragon.
But I expect Nick to get the passing fade here. Yeah, exactly.
Right. 2 dupes. That Narishma.
I mean, that's like such a simple purchase, and assume that Nick is gonna assassinate it if it has a chance to, because like why not?
Right. So we see 5 bids, 1. Yeah.
Looks like Nick got a Tattooed Wanderer there. I did not see all the stuff Gabe received, but I see a Soulbeam Approach in there. Nice card.
Yep.
Yep, I will play a Way of the Crane.
Way of the Crane on his Paragon to enable the random discard.
I will play a Tattooed Wanderer onto my
And now Tattooed Wanderer to give the Paragon covert.
I will also pass. So I'm going to go with the Paragon on a Political Void.
Okay.
Seems good.
Yep.
See what's right there.
So what's the void target then? The Guest of Honor, right?
Yeah, Guest of Honor probably.
So
Paragon maybe, but I would say Guest of Honor at this point.
Yeah. So that's upholding, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Expect a no block here.
I will assassinate Nourishment.
Ooh, assassination.
Yeah. There's the assassinate on Nourishment.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, if you have it.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's going to lose it if not. And then a 3 military versus 1, coming in on you with pretty much nothing but a Brash Samurai.
Right. Ooh, that's a big hand already. Ooh, Kiriko.
Kiriko. Okay, so that answers that question we had. So he's running Kiriko, which is one of the new cards for those who haven't seen it from Children of the Empire. Nice card against on this matchup because of actually, let me see. After a character, your opponent triggers an ability. Yeah, controls. Never mind. So Magistrate Station is not affected by that.
No.
Is a cautious go.
Did he trigger the Paragon? The Paragon. Oh, it was the Paragon discarded the Kiriko.
Yep, that was how he got the Kiriko.
That's pretty lucky because I imagine that Gabe would have just used it on it.
Well, I think actually he would have been better to pull off like a Noble or a Voice or something. Like, I mean,
actually, it's upholding authority, right?
Better,
so
yeah, there's better targets that Nick could have pulled on that.
Yeah, so he pulls a Voice of Honor. Looks like just 1 from the upholding authority.
I will pass as well. Move to conflict.
Pass. Yeah, pass.
Oh.
No, pass your conflict. Come on, do it.
Nick encouraging Gabe to pass his conflict.
Let's go.
In true sportsman-like fashion.
Political fire.
Yeah, I think fire is a good choice here. These rings drive me crazy, and I can't see what is under them. Obviously, there's a void already gone, so we can see the other 2 are. But yeah, I can see this being good.
Political fire with the Guest of Honor.
Yeah, he's got there's an air that's void, and I think water is still there.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, fire is such a good province to keep out of your opponent's hands when you're in the crane mirror.
Mirror, yeah, absolutely. Seems important. So defending with 3 with the Vanguard Warrior, who is already honored.
Court games to dishonor.
Gabe spending a court games.
And obviously there's no Voice of Honor over there. Just saw his hand.
Is this a setup for another Kiriko? Does Gabe have any money? He does. He has 2.
So you're not breaking.
And that was what, a fine katana? Yeah.
Onate fan.
Oh, political, yes. And that was a for shame.
Doesn't really make a difference, does it? So I'll just bow him. Okay. I will stand Paragon with Magistrate Station.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
So another for shame. Yep. He just chooses to bow instead of dishonor.
So they're on Magistrate right now. Okay.
Yep. So that's why Nick is using that to stand his Paragon.
Right. Use it now before it breaks.
Yep.
Oof. That's painful for Nick.
Yeah, and there's our keeping the honor on the initiator side there, Gabe's side, because obviously if he has Voice of Honor, which I suspect, and his Magistrate Station hasn't even been revealed yet, why not honor yourself?
Right.
You be craning.
Not to mention he's on Scorpion Splash, so he probably has those mark of shames, or has at the very least he's threatening it. So
Yeah.
With my Paragon of Grace, coverting out your Paragon of Grace, and we're gonna go at the palace.
Okay, we got a covert with the Paragon at the palace. That's another shameful display.
Yeah, this is a tough one for Nick, but you got to try and get that palace out of there.
Yeah. So, what, for fear of the Emperor or just censures?
Well, because Nick has his own palace up. Right?
Yeah, but for
just to get the favor. I mean, keeping it out. If he's running censures, I play Scorpion, so I always my picture.
Oh,
yeah, there's a censure.
There's a
right?
censure.
So, obviously couldn't have changed it now, but getting it out of your opponent's hand just makes your decisions a little bit easier. In the Crane matchup, obviously they have other cancels.
So that was canceling up Bonsai.
Challenging. Anyways, I still think you want to get rid of the palace.
I was just wondering if you meant censure for censure. I'm sorry, favor for favor's sake, or for some other card effect that relies on.
My philosophy is always getting it out of my opponent's hand. Priority number one is in case they have like the one of censure, which a lot of people run. But it's always nice to just have that one extra pump, right? A bowed character still adds one with the favor.
Yeah, so that's huge.
And against the Crane Splash or Crane opponent, it's still good, right? If you can bow, if you get bowed, but you're still adding one because of a political, it cannot be terrible.
I think that's Manicured Garden.
Yes, it is. Looks like
Paragon. Okay, let go. Okay, so we see Soul Beyond in Nick's hand, and I couldn't quite catch. I do see a Mark of Shame.
Tattoo in there.
Yep, right.
Tattoo. That's a little spicy, huh?
There's a Bonsai. Yeah, Hawk Tattoo. That's awesome. I wonder when he drew it. I'm just curious about if he was holding that when he stood his Paragon back up with Magistrate, if he could have brought it in.
I think I have to ask him after the game, but I would expect that Nick is trying to keep up with this tempo push that Gabe is putting on him, because honestly, the ready to go in and attack is probably more valuable than just defending, because then he would have had no idea going to next turn where to hit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, without scouting a little bit more.
Right. The Gabe is definitely.
And now it's like, oh yeah, three breaks onto one. Is rough.
I'm going to 13.
I'm going to 10.
All right, Nick a little bit up on fade here. He says he's going to 13, and Gabe is at 10. Still, both players able to buy, any big character they want. Nick running out of room on his.
Scout goes away, and
on his roll card.
Definitely need to find an answer.
All right, 3 breaks. Whew. Fast play.
We have first player over on Gabe's side, so it's going to be
a
little tough here.
Another Paragon and a Guest of Honor and a Vanguard Warrior. The third Vanguard Warrior on Nick's side.
Oof.
Gabe's looking at another guest.
Whisper.
Doji Whisper and a Storehouse.
Not the best situation for Nick right now.
Yeah, so that guess is just
but
ever
knowing
present.
The splash, knowing what Gabe's splashing over there, this is a little scary. Because for those that don't know, you can play things like Noble Sack outside of conflicts.
Yeah, Noble Sacrifice and not being able to cancel it.
Yeah. The Noble Sack, I'm assuming, is going to come from Gabe's side at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will pass.
Okay, draw.
What's his target to? I guess the Whisper.
Noble
probably.
Sack, the guest.
The
Whisper.
Well, either of them,
if
right?
If he pulls what he needs, which is at least the Mark of Shame, he should be all set. He's
He's-
rocking 5 fate there.
He's got a mark in hand. I saw it earlier. So there's
Yeah, and there's
Way of the
a
Crane
crane. Yep.
on the Doji Whisper. Yeah, so kind of telegraphing that really hard.
But there's nothing Nick can
Mark
do
of
right
shame.
now, right?
Yeah. Let's listen to this.
Way. Voice. Yeah. Noble.
Yeah, he knew it was coming, right?
Yeah.
Way, voice, noble. Okay.
That is yours.
Very professional.
That one hurt.
This is how we kill guest of honor.
Oof.
All right. To you, or to me actually. So I'm gonna pass.
Pass. Move to conflict.
This is. All right. Your conflict.
Military. Oh. A military Earth at Stronghold with the Paragon and a Guest of Honor.
All right, going in the stronghold swing.
Looks like Mill Earth with Paragon and 1 guest of honor that is unfaded.
I think that Nick runs Midnight Rebels under the box here.
Yep,
That
which is
looks-
what we see.
That looks like it.
Yep.
Based on this sliver of color popping out from his stronghold.
And this is a mill, so that's 1. Can you pop a Paragon? It was Paragon
Yeah,
2
so,
mil or
so
1?
Paragon is a 2 mil honor.
2, yeah.
So that's a
So
3,
3.
and then
3, 4.
guess
4
is a
total with
guess is a
Yep,
1.
it's a 4 mil with the honored Paragon.
I will defend with Brash. First action, honor Brash.
All right.
It's interesting that Gabe went in with the guest of honor, just for the 1 military. Admit defeat.
Well, this is
Ooh,
yeah.
oh gosh.
2, 3, 4.
4.
Yeah, 4-0.
And there's the Hawk
Hawk
Tattoo.
Tattoo.
Hawk Tattoo bringing his Paragon in.
An honored Paragon, so what's that? 3, 4? 4-4, right? Yeah.
So is he breaking? Was he breaking before?
He's not a monk though, right? So
No,
does he take? He doesn't take another action, right?
no, not immediately. So Midnight Revels is a 4 strength province, and
Oh, right. No.
what's the Shizuka Toshi? I think. I don't know what strength the crane box is. Whoops.
Oh, it's 2, I believe.
So he's got to be at 6. So he wasn't breaking yet when he Hawk Tattooed in,
Let me double check that for you.
and he was on an Earth ring. So I kind of wonder if he maybe should have just waited until Gabe was already breaking before he pulled that. Oh, and Nick has the Kakita Dojo on his side, which will bow at least the guest. But he
That one.
Yeah. Discard
Yeah.
a card from your hand.
Yep.
Was not expecting the Midnight Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Worked out well.
sounds like it is +2.
The one that like just does not matter to you.
Shizuka Toshi, which is the stronghold for the crane.
Yep.
I'm up now. I really need to hit something.
I mean, it's pretty good for Nick, considering.
Yeah, everybody's bad on the other side. I kind of wonder. Yeah.
Let's do this. I'm gonna go on a.
The problem is a magistrate station exists, so let's see what happens. The trepidation here.
Yeah. That station of magistrates.
So the question here is, can I afford to go after anything else? Like, can I afford to almost hit magistrate? Right.
Right. Yeah. So that's what Nick's talking about. I'm hearing it in the background here.
To go after shameful.
Can he afford to hit magistrate? So if he hits it, Paragon stands. So no.
So he's
I think this is correct. I'm not. Yeah, as I say, I'm not positive about being military. I think it should be political.
Does
So
he
it
have a
switches
fan on the? He's got a
Yep, it's
fan
a
on
fan
it, right?
there. Yeah.
So the brash is 1. It's not honored, but it can honor itself.
That's right. It's at 3. It just needs
3,
to go
4,
to
5.
5. So he has to do something to stop it, which means spending fate, which is really good for Nick to block. If Gabe cares about protecting this, it means he's not swinging in on Nick's stronghold right now, and Gabe doesn't care. See a break. We actually see a really good board state if Nick can last this turn. Does he forget to void?
What's her name?
Does he forget to void the Paragon? Did I miss that? I think I might have. Either I missed it or something.
Fumiki, that's her name.
So with no fate,
You're not breaking, so I'll pass. Quick games. Gets you to 5. Not breaking. I'll pass.
Go. So court gains to honor. 1 shy of breaking. Gabe hesitating here.
not sure Gabe has a card to force pump this. He needs one more pump.
Oh well, he says.
Jeez. It's a shame. I think it's a miss.
Whoa,
He was
you're
going for.
you turned briefly into a robot there. Blame my slow internet. He gives up the ghost on it.
I think that's a Gabe miscalc there. Because
yeah. I mean, why
spend 3 fate there on that?
Yeah.
Or 2 fate, excuse me. Plus a court games. It should just have you dishonor or honor out that character.
Right. He either was trying to draw. He was either trying to draw some cards out of Nick or just miscounted.
Yeah, but even if he's drawing cards out, he's gonna win that as long as he had if he had any pump. Oh wait, is that a miss? That's a miscalc in general. Was that a political?
Oh, because the favor.
Yeah, they should have won the game. That should.
Oh man.
That should have been the game right there.
Oh,
right.
I think you're. Yeah. Yeah. Honored for Mickey is at 5.
6.
Yep, and then that's 6. Oh,
yeah, that should have been game.
Here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he realized it right now. He was just flipping the favor up, and he was like, "Oh,
yes." Yeah. Okay. That's technically not the way that goes,
right?
Judge wise, sadly.
Right. You have to actually declare it, right?
You have to declare your value at the time of actions.
Oh well, Nick's a good guy.
I mean, Nick's a good guy. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Gabe is too. Gabe should have won that, no question. But
right. Yeah, so that was a pretty quick one. See, it's funny. Before we started recording this, Nick was like, "Watch for my hawk tattoo misplay," and I don't know what was wrong with that. He was defending the break. I guess, like I was saying, maybe wait a little bit longer before doing it. But
you're probably right. Yeah,
that's such minutia. Like, Nick, you're too hard on yourself. That was pretty. You know,
I think Nick just didn't turn enough guest of honors over.
That's the major strategic error on his part.
He should get better at that. Yeah.
You got to become one with the guest, and maybe throw a couple formal invitations in your deck just because it makes the guest feel more welcome to be invited. Those 2 cards work so well together thematically.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching this round 4. And we are just gonna stop recording this and start recording round 5. So if you're watching this,
Yippee.
see you in a second. Bye.